What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel. And if you're new here, I'm going to show you guys how to get started crypto mining on basically any Windows-based computer. Obviously, the newer and the more high performance, the more you'll be able to make. But you can make something on basically anything. Doesn't matter if it's a Windows, laptop, desktop, old, new. There is something to be made. So let's get started crypto mining, and the first place I would suggest you going to is unminable.com/start, or you could just go to unminable.com and then click on get started. You're then gonna come up to a page like this. By the way, this is not sponsored or endorsed. There's no paid advertising. This is just one of the very easy to use pieces of software out there that works on almost everything. So you click on get started, and then you're going to want to click on unminer. That install right there will download. After it downloads, and depending on what browser you're using, it might false flag it as a virus, because there have been viruses in the past that use mining applications to use your computer to mine on, to then send that money back to the virus owner or the hacker or the person that's being malicious. Since you're going to be using the miner on your own computer, you see how there could be a conflict of interest there. Your computer might see this miner file and false flag it. So just be mindful of that. After you get that installed, you're going to follow or after you get that downloaded, follow the install directions. Once you get through all that, then you will go down here, and my computer will load. You're going to launch the Unminer app. And it's going to look something like this. You're going to click continue, and right here it'll be auto detecting. So you can auto detect, and most of the time it will pick the most profitable algorithm to mine on whatever hardware you're using. But you can go to the settings page, and you can click either GPU or CPU, and you can do 2 instances of this application, so you can launch it twice. That way you can mine on the CPU and the GPU at the same time. So if you have a newer GPU that's 4 gigabytes or more, I would suggest using the GPU, and then whatever it automatically selects for you on the algorithm side. And if you have no dedicated graphics card, you're going to have to mine on the CPU. Now, as for mining intensity, if you plan on using the computer while you're mining, you can get away with setting this as low. But realistically, I don't suggest you using the computer while it's mining, whether it's on low or high. Just food for thought. On bigger CPUs that have more cores, this holds more water. But if you have an old computer and it doesn't have a lot of cores, it really isn't going to make much of a difference. So I just leave it on high and only mine when you're not using the computer. So just for showing this as a sake of if you have an old computer, we're going to be saving that and setting it to random X, which is the CPU algorithm. We're going to click next, and then it's going to select a coin or token that you want to get paid out in. I like Litecoin because the minimum payment threshold is really low. If we go back over here to Unminable and look at Litecoin random X, the minimum payment threshold is let me pull up my actual worker here. Anything over 0.00075 Litecoin. So 0.00075. So anything over 4.9 cents. So every 5 cents you can get a payout of Litecoin if you hit that threshold in a day, which realistically a lot of computers can hit that, if not sooner than a day. So going back over here to the Unminer application, you select your coin. Obviously there's a ton of other coins you can pick from, anything and everything pretty much on this list, but you will need a wallet address, and that's where you enter your wallet address in. So since I picked Litecoin, I put my Litecoin wallet address in right here, and then your referral code. So if you don't have a referral code, you can always use your own referral code, or you can change that at any time. So I don't have a referral code, and I haven't used a referral code for Unminable. I'm not sure if I will do a referral code. I just use my own referral code. So take that with a grain of salt. You know, if you do want to support me, there are other ways to support me, and just use your own referral code. And I'll let you know about those other ways to support me after the video is over. Now, you just click start, and then it'll start mining. So if you click on this little paper down here, that checks the logs, and you can actually see that it's going down the list, and it's, you know, using things. So this, for CPUs specifically, huge pages is a thing that lets it perform significantly better. I'm going to stop the miner now because I don't want it to make my computer glitch out, because I'm recording on the same computer I'm using. So if you open up that miner log and see that right when you launch it, because it goes away really quick, if you see that it's not using huge pages, or MSR mod failed to initialize, that's what it'll show sometimes, you won't be getting full hash rate out of your CPU. Ways to fix that is to launch unminable, or the unminer application, in administrator mode. And there are other ways, and other more specific ways for certain CPUs. I will include those videos down below in my description. So if you're still not able to launch with MSR mode enabled or huge pages enabled, try those videos and see if that can get it fixed for you. But basically, you just start the application. You can minimize it, leave it running down below, or just have it right there in your face. And the way you check how much you're actually mined is you just click on your address, and then it will pull up a unminable page like this, and it'll show how much you've mined. And you can go to payments to see when your last payments were applied or not applied. And then when it hits that threshold, if you have auto pay turned on, it'll just send it right to your wallet address. So yeah, it's easy. I feel like I didn't really rush this video, and we're only 7 minutes in. Obviously, there are a ton more things to do for like optimization, especially on GPUs, depending on what you're mining. You can change your overclocks, push and pull power. As for CPU side, being that I'm on an Intel CPU right now, and it's a locked one, I can't really do any underclocking or overclocking, so my hands are tied with that. But on AMD stuff, you can definitely undervolt. You can definitely, you know, get some performance out of them in other ways. But anyway, guys, I wanted to thank you for coming out. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to be doing some updated guides on some newer coins, more specifically if you wanted to do some direct mining, coming up here in the future. But yeah, so I'll see you on the next one. Have a good night. Adios.